Happy Sunday. I almost said Saturday. Just by mistake. But we are here. We are set up. Let's see. How's everybody's weekend been? Well, now that it's coming to a close. Change up the lighting a little bit to fit the music, since we have this synth wave thing going on. Let's see. We got a couple people in here already. Chill Sunday, hopefully, for everybody. For that dreaded Monday around the corner. Hey, Scott. Got two super chats from you right out of the gate, man. Thank you. Do you think there's a good chance we'll see Carol and Shang-Chi and She-Hulk in Captain America Brave New World? They should form a new team here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to expect with that movie right now, especially considering some of the shakeups that they've had surrounding it. But I would imagine it would be heavily reliant on Sam. So I don't think we would see Shang-Chi for sure. She-Hulk, maybe. Carol, also maybe. But I would kind of expect them not to be in it, but I don't know. I would doubt that we would see any of those characters pop up in that movie, but I don't know what they're going to do with it. So who knows? Who knows? What all cameos do you want / expect in Echo? Well, obviously the big one, Daredevil, wholeheartedly. Well, it's not even like a do I expect. We know he's in the show. So how much is the question? So I'm excited for that. But outside of him, who would I love to see? You know, considering the sphere and the world that we're in, you know, Luke Cage playing in that territory of kind of blurring those lines of, you know, the crime on the street and all that with the position we left him in. He would fit in very nicely, and so would Jessica Jones. So those are two people I would love to see pop up in there. Now, outside of that, like greater MCU, like proper kind of stuff, I don't know who I would expect to see pop up outside of Daredevil and Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, but I'm excited for it, man. Though it's gonna make this week a busy one, that is for sure. What's up, O'Reilly Nation? How are you doing? Also, happy 2024, everybody. Cool Dames, welcome. Can't wait for the final season of Superman and Lois. Me too. I mean, I'm sad it's ending, but I'm excited to get back into it. What show or movie am I most excited about? Movie-wise, I think the one I'm most excited for right now is Godzilla x Kong and kind of Deadpool. Great shirt. Well, thank you. What's up, Daniel? Shite weekend, to be honest, but let's crack on. Yeah, I saw your post in the Discord, so I know all too well kind of what you're going through, considering we went through this romp for the last couple of months. Loving the shirt, sir. Well, thank you. I had to get this on Etsy because the official one I think sucks. Happy New Year, Omni. Happy New Year, Renan. Thank you so much. Hello there. How's your Sunday? So far, so good. Had a decent sleep, I would say. After a night of just grinding out some Halo Infinite, and then just kind of woke up, took care of the cats, got some lunch, and yeah, here we are, watching a little YouTube, getting ready for everything. What's up, Dark Car? Welcome. Manifesting a live-action Power Rangers movie announcement for the New Year's. I would love that. You know, I do feel like outside of like what they've currently been doing with the shows, that Hasbro's done next to nothing with this brand after they've kind of taken over everything. And obviously they've talked about and boasted about what they want to do or would like to see, but we haven't seen or heard anything about that yet. So I hope we get something about that soon. Echo looks interesting. Looking forward to it. I do too. Like I said, I wasn't like foaming at the mouth to check it out until we got that trailer. Not that I'm like that hyped up, but if you give me Charlie Cox's Daredevil in anything, I'm going to want to see it. So I was already going to watch it anyway, but once we got that trailer and got that tone, it definitely piqued my interest more than we had. Let's see. What role do you want to see Carol play in the MCU going forward? I mean, Galactic Police, man. I mean, if I had to pick like a leader of the Avengers right now out of the people we have left, it would be her. But other than that, they just like keep up that space patrol. I would love to see what she's been doing. Like take some time spending that time with her out in space. But obviously the arc of the Marvels was getting her comfortable with returning home, so we might see her planet side more moving forward. So I don't know, maybe she'll take a bigger involvement in helping the Avengers be something right now, because right now they're very much so not really much of anything. Cairo, thank you for the super chat, man. Thoughts on Alan Ritchson, Reacher, potentially playing Bruce Wayne in the new DCU? Now, there's no like rumors around that. I know he's brought that up himself because I think the question has been posed to him, and he's been involved in the DC family for many years now. So I think he'd be great. I think he would be pretty solid on both fronts for Bruce and for Batman. He's definitely got the jawline and all that. He's got the charisma. He's got the energy for it. I would totally be fine with him in that role. I honestly, right now, I can't. Obviously another fan pick is Jensen Ackles, and I wouldn't be against that one either, especially considering what they're wanting to do with this Bruce Wayne. Either one, I think it would be in a really solid range to take on that role, but I don't know. I'm totally down for whatever. I think that'd be really cool to see him in that role. Happy 22. He's basically playing Batman right now, though he kills in Reacher, but still. Happy 2020 for you. Old school Cybermen looked so creepy. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. What's up, the brain of Jen? Hello, hello. People are overreacting to the Raid director's comments. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, and they are making more out of it than was even said. But hey, that's what these people do, man. That's how they make their money. I don't like it. I don't agree with it, but we all know that outrage sells. So glad you're enjoying One Piece. Well, thank you, Carp. I've been reading weekly since 2008. Hell yeah. Now that's the grind. One day we'll get there. Also, Carp. Let's see. Will I be reacting to the Rick and Michonne show, The Ones Who Live? Yes. That's, I don't expect everybody to watch every video and stuff like that, obviously, but that is the only spin-off that I said I would watch without thinking about it. Because I want to know what happens with Rick and what happens with Michonne. That's something I wanted the main show to address, and obviously that was one of my biggest hang-ups with it. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out. Any predictions for Chucky? Just kidding. Not asking that again. How are you? I'm doing good. I was feeling a little poopy like a day or two ago. I think I got food poisoning from something. I did get 2 vaccines. I got my flu shot and I got the new Rona shot when I went in for just a primary checkup with my doctor. I was like, you know what, why not shove those in? So I don't know if it was just the combo of that, because I know sometimes if you get like a flu shot and something like that, you could you can kind of, you have a little bit of a shitty afternoon sometimes, but honestly, I also had some really awful Taco Bell that morning, like breakfast Taco Bell, and my stomach, my body, everything was just not having it for like the next almost 48 hours, but I'm feeling like nothing happened right now, which is good. Went back here. So happy they finally started filming Cobra Kai. Well, the fact that they just started filming it, I do hope that it does release before that movie, at least. So I hope that they stay on track for that, but I also don't want them to rush it either, so we'll see. What would you like to see with Hawk in the final season? I'm not sure. I think we kind of saw Hawk's story kind of resolve. So I don't really know what is next for Hawk, given where we left him. So I don't know. We will see. Seems like the Netflix shows are indeed canon to the MCU. All of it took place pre-blip. Well, yeah, obviously we know it took place pre-blip, but that said, Kevin Feige is the one that gives the end-all be-all confirmation. And that's why in the quote that is going around, he's like the producer on Daredevil Born Again and Echo. That's why he said, and then hit Brian Wendebaum, or whatever his name is, believe this is on the sacred timeline. And that's how he treated it, that's how he approached it, all this stuff. He made sure to specify that's his opinion, so that he's not speaking for Kevin Feige, but it is the most evidence I think that we've had. So I do, honestly, there's absolutely nothing that I can think of that is even in the Netflix shows that would contradict anything that has taken place. All that we would have to fill in the gaps is what happened in the interim, what happened between then and now. But I want to believe that too, especially considering that they're using footage from the show, the Netflix show, to promote Echo, showing Kingpin's backstory as it was depicted in that. Now, as we also know, the multiverse, some things will be slightly different, very different. Some things are just the same. Doesn't necessarily always make it the same, so that's not exactly hard confirmation, but you know, it's just another one of those things that I'm going to take and run with and just love it. I want it to be the case. So any evidence that supports that, I'm going to run with it. But I'm also going to be cautious about getting too excited about it, because we've been scorned in the past before. I think at least one character will die in the final season of Cobra Kai. No character that has existed prior will die. Because, I mean, that's pretty much been confirmed by the show's creators and writers for many years now. No one will... That doesn't... I mean, like, it leaves the door open for any of the new characters, but I don't think they're going to kill any of the kids. I don't think they're going to kill, like Miguel's mom. I don't think they're going to do any of that. I don't think anybody is going to die. They did say that nobody from the original films will end the series in a worse position than when they found them. And all of them are alive, so death would not be better. So we will see. I don't think anybody is going to die in Cobra Kai. What's up, Sean? It's been a year. How's your week? It has been a year, hasn't it? Weirdest pizza topping? I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, there's a lot of bizarre ones that you can get, like novelty pizza toppings and stuff all over the place. So, I mean, ice cream on a pizza is pretty fucking weird. But, yeah, I don't know. Personally, you know, I've never tried it, so I can't knock it, but the concept of fruit in pizza, I don't like in my brain. I gotta give you your daily reminder to check out Percy Jackson. I know you're unlikely to do a reaction, but if you have time, I would encourage you to check it out. Could be the best Disney Plus show. That is a bold claim, considering I would put that on I'd probably put that on either Andor or Loki right now. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. We'll see. As a Supernatural fan, hells yes to Jensen as Batman. Hey, he voices him right now as we speak. You think Terry will return in season 6? Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm pretty sure he's on the poster. So, I'm definitely down. I definitely do not think we're done with Terry. What's up, Summer? Loving the Percy Jackson series. Heard one of the actors on the Christmas episode of Doctor Who played P.O. on Teletubbies. I don't know who that is. I've never seen an episode of the Teletubbies in my life. I just know what they look like. Did they have names? Is it one of the Tubbies? I don't know. I got nothing on that one. What classic TV show would you like to see turned into a musical? Ooh. So like when you say classic, I think like for me, I'd like rewind like a lot. So my first thought went to I Love Lucy. I'd watch a I Love Lucy musical. Or hell, I Dream of Jeannie. Or Bewitched would be fun. I also thought of The Addams Family. That's another good one. Like if we go like a little like old school, that'd be cool. Those are immediately where my brain went to. Then you say, for example, Friends. See, that's like classic TV. It's like classic to me is not 90s content, but that's me. Mr. Ed. That would be hilarious. And I like that you added in reference to knowing that by the time I get to that question, had I just been reading through the chat and not right out of the live feed this time, that I would have forgotten by the time I got to it what the fuck we were talking about. I need to get the new booster. I'm hoping it doesn't throw me for a loop like the second one did. Yeah, I got obviously the initial 2, you know, that you needed, like that came out. I never got the booster when that came out. So I checked with my doctor and said like the new thing is basically the old thing that he wants. So like I think I'm good on that front at this point. So I think I got everything that I need at the moment. But yeah, I just want to just cover myself because especially in the next couple of months, I do plan on going to more cons. So I will be opening the door a little bit more than I did last year. Though I did go to what, like 3 or 4 conventions last year? One of which did, in fact, result into me having my first downfall with the big old 19. But yeah. Let's see. I watched the Barbie film for my New Year's Eve party. Adored it. Ryan Gosling was the best one in it, in my opinion. Also like the message that patriarchy is bad for everyone. Among many, many things. You know, like, while, like, the extreme antithesis to that is also just as bad as well. Which is not what some people who just do not have any kind of reading comprehension or media literacy were able to divine from that, but the message at the end of the day is a really, really good one. Shove those in? That's not something you'll hear on a first date. Well, it depends. Depends. I'm kind of confused. How long had Snoke been around by the time of the sequel trilogy? Had he fought Luke before? I mean, they were definitely aware of one another before, you know, what happened with Kylo happened with Kylo. So I don't know. I know the comics went into it. I tried my best trying to like become more in like I tried my best to like take in whatever media they were doing to try to like smooth out a lot of those story revelations. So I read all the Kylo Ren comics. They didn't do anything for me at making me feel any better about the decisions that had been made. I still don't. I think it just made things worse in my head. But like, there's still some things I haven't checked out, so I really don't know. I really don't know. There's obviously a pre-existing relationship of some kind there, which just begs so many questions. So I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Already watched the finale for season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I did. I watched it, when did I watch it? It was like Thursday night or Friday. Forget which, but I have watched the finale now. And that'll be out this Wednesday. Kind of wish we would know more about Hawk and Dimitri's home life. We got that little glimpse of Hawk's mother when she called the school board in season 1, and you know, when she found out he was being bullied, she made that whole thing and got him embarrassed because she called the principal and they put that announcement up and blah 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 blah. You know, there was that whole thing. So we did get this little bit of a glimpse that she's very much this overprotective kind of mom who's a little ignorant. Greetings, 5 a.m. from Malaysia. Well, good morning or good night, depending on if you are still awake or just waking up. Knowing me, some days, if it's 5 in the morning, I probably have not been to bed yet. Last night, I don't think I went to bed until like 4:30 though. I don't know. Gore was right. Don't let him hear you say that. If one of them does die, who dies first? Lexi, Jake, or Devin? Honestly, probably Lexi. If I had to pick out of any of them, it would probably be either be Lexi or Jake. I don't think that Devin will die. But I don't know. I don't think any of the main cast are at threat. I mean, hell, Andy and Kyle are still alive, so they didn't want to kill them off. I don't think they're going to kill off our main 3. I think Echo will be good, so we'll get a good streak of the past months. Loki, What If, solid Marvel seasons. I hope so. I hope so. Imagine Penis Breath dies. Poor dude. On his headstone is "Here lies Penis Breath." What's up, Sidekick? Underrated line on Cobra Kai. Only they can call me Penis Breath. Why are you okay with anybody calling you Penis Breath? I did like that line. That was a good line, man. I don't know if you know this, but today is actually Lauren Cohen's birthday. Well, that's cool. I definitely did not know that. There's not very many. Actually, I can't think of any celebrities whose birthdays I actually know. But that's cool. Hell yeah. The 2 nerdy kids from Cobra Kai are funny and had low-key hilarious little feud. Like the 2 scrawny kids who had this little beef with one another. Those 2? The one that got thrown through the window, and then the other tiny kid? Yeah. If that's who you're thinking about, yes, their little gag was hilarious. It's snowing where I'm at. It is raining where I'm at. It did snow a few days ago, but it is definitely it's been mostly wet the past couple days. I've made a need to watch list to get through this year. Already started. 3 movies in already. What have you watched? What movies have you watched already? I need to this year I definitely need to see more films. I only saw 34, I think, last year, which the year before was like 50 or 60. So like I really slacked on the trips to the theater last year. So I'm gonna have to try to fix that this year and see what happens. I hope at least, or at least make up for it with more movie reactions to current content. If I can't make it to the theater to check it out, maybe I gotta make that commitment to when it lands online. I can give it a go. Poe is the red one who rode a scooter. They had scooters? Okay. Mr. Ed, would be great to see a horse sing. Haha, did not take me that long to get to it, sir. We know that he wants an X-Files musical. That is one thing I'll say, is that out of all the things that happened in the X-Files, there was never a musical episode. The closest we had was the Postmodern Prometheus episode, which had a heavy focus on like Cher stuff, but nothing about it was like musical. Well, I mean, no, there was the one with what was it? Burt Reynolds. The Burt Reynolds episode had a musical undertone to the entire thing. Not that there was musicals. There was two musical numbers in it. But yeah, that's the closest. It was never like a full musical though, but the whole episode had this musical undertone to it that was like this pulsing beat of the entire episode, which played into the whole theme of that episode too. That was a fun one. I didn't break my thumb that day. I mean, that's good. I've broken a pinky. Breaking a thumb would suck. Cobra Kai as a musical. Imagine someone just singing while cursing and fighting. Dude, a whole Johnny Lawrence song titled Quiet. What's up, sketch? And here it is, Morbin time. You know what? It's always a hello there, followed by it's Morbin time. So somebody needs to make a Morbius Obi-Wan Kenobi crossover gif for you, or image. Would you rather be the strongest hero but poor, or be the richest hero but have no powers or weapons or fighting skills? Fuck it. Give me give me money. Money would solve so many of my problems right now. Fuck the powers, the weapons, or the fighting skills. I'll just buy me a big ass gun and we'll call it a day. It's America. That wouldn't be that hard. But I don't know. It would just depend on the powers though, you know? But like, I would also be the kind of hero that if I had some powers, I would also make sure to capitalize on those powers so I wouldn't be poor. So if the trade-off was I would be awesome but have no money, fuck it. By the time the final season of Stranger Things comes out, it will feel weird watching, knowing what's going on with Will behind the scenes. That is very, very true. It's something that I've definitely been thinking about, and I'm also curious if that's how that's made the air on set feel. Like, how's that feel? Like, because that blew up, so there's no way that the rest of them, especially the kids, aren't aware of what happened. Then again, who knows? Maybe they already knew about his feelings on certain things, so I'm sure some of them probably weren't surprised by it. Millie shouldn't be, considering how close those two are, but I don't know. It is good, but for the audience though, it will be a little weird. Stranger Things season 5 started filming. Am I hyped? I am. But hey, you know, I'm excited to see what they do. Watched Wonka and I enjoyed it. The music was good and the story was pretty good. That's awesome. I've heard good things about it. Check it out. I mean, men don't define themselves by what women are to them. They are their own person. There's a lot of things you can read into. That is definitely one of those as well. That's like, we are not what other people think of us. We can define ourselves, you know? And I'm not going to get into the whole Will stuff, because that's a whole can of worms that, you know, that we're not talking about it. Let's see. So I heard the rumor that they may remake Lady Hawk. Part of me is like, cool, but I wonder about remakes versus original new films. I have never heard of Lady Hawk. I have never heard of that, so I have no idea. So who knows? If we remake it, maybe I'll be aware of it. Who's Snoke? There are only Poe Dameron in those movies. So fine. You're not wrong. You were not wrong. You're a good dude. I try. Poe plays a lot of Marvel characters. He does. We need to get him into some DC stuff. Season 6 is going to need a new rival for the kids. I'm sure that'll come once we open up the doors to all the different countries and stuff. You know, since we're going international in the next season, supposedly. Apocalypse, Spider-Man 2099, and Moon Knight is technically like 3 people, mostly 2 in the show. Somewhat, you're not wrong. I know the latest One Piece you have on your channel is 1920, but what episodes are you really on right now? 19 and 20. I literally watched the episodes the day before. So I'm not like ahead. I don't have like a backlog of these. Those as of right now, as of this stream, are the last 2 episodes I've seen. What's up, Rinri? How's it going, Professor? All the wise. Have you watched Genndy Tartakovsky's Primal? Must watch. I have not. I want to get around to it one of these days, but I'm a huge fan of Gendy's work, but I've just never gotten around to it. I reacted to the trailer when it first came out, but that's about as far as I've gotten so far. What's up, Carrie? Happy New Year. You guys get some snow in your part of WV? We got like a little bit of it like a few days ago, but it just went right back to just piss and rain. We didn't have any kind of longevity on that front for it. It was not here for long. I don't think it stuck for a hot minute and it melted like almost within the hour. Bert is one of the tiny kids for Cobra Kai. I don't remember the other one. Yeah, I only know Bert. I don't remember the other kid's name. Which shows that you originally enjoyed has outstayed its welcome or is in greatest danger of outstaying its welcome? Well, I mean, one of the shows that I would say is The Flash. I think it definitely ran longer than it needed to. And that's only because I felt like they just the quality had devolved over time to the point where it wasn't justifying the show really still being around, because it just kept on running itself into the ground a little bit. And the last season only had 2 good episodes. The final season, and that's sad. But like, I don't know. Currently, that I'm watching that is in danger of overstaying its welcome. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure right now. A lot of the shows that I'm watching at the moment aren't like. I don't feel like I've been around too long. You know, I mean, Cobra Kai could potentially be at that point, but I think everything for me has been nice and concise. If they try to drag things out beyond season 6, then I could think. But obviously, we know season 6 is going to be the final season. So, like, had they have continued beyond season 6, I would think maybe Cobra Kai would be overstaying its welcome. You know, if they start to try to drag things out longer than they need to. But right now, as far as everything that I'm currently watching, I think everything is mostly pretty solid. But if we're talking about in my past shows that I feel like have kind of ran past their expiration date, it was probably The Flash, and among other things, some of the other Arrowverse shows too. But yeah, that's kind of, those are the ones that come to mind at least. Bert is the blonde one. Nate is the other one. Nate! Okay, cool. I don't know that I ever remembered that kid's name, or even remember hearing it for that matter. Transformers Rise of the Beast, which I loved. Mortal Engine's pretty good. Netflix's Triple Frontier, which was great. Pedro and Oscar was in it, so of course, hey, that's a win. I haven't heard anything about that one. Might have to check that one out. I did really like Rise of the Beast, though, but I grew up on Beast Wars, so that was really exciting. Even though they didn't really flesh out anybody but Optimus Primal, it was fun seeing a lot of those characters. I hope we get another one in the future that is purely about them. What's an underrated or overrated food, in your opinion? Oh, overrated. Shrimp. I just hate shrimp. I do not. I'm allergic to it, but even before I was allergic to it, I don't like the smell and I don't like the taste. Underrated? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what I would consider underrated. I'm very basic, so a lot of the things I enjoy a lot, I feel like a lot of people with my food palate also quite enjoy. So I'm not sure what I would consider underrated. You know what? I'll say it. Original Lay's. Underrated. Doesn't get the credit it deserves. I like Mortal Engines. I've never seen that one. I'm sure it's been asked, but what's your New Year's resolution? Mine was to watch more actually good films and fewer good bad films. The thing is, you don't know what's what or how you're going to feel about it until you see anything. So that's a difficult one to maintain. Like I say, you kind of chose a pretty challenging one right there. But for me, the only one I really gave myself was to like, I want to play more games, make more time to play more video games. Because I've honestly, I think I only played 4 this last year. And I definitely need to get back in the swing. I miss it. I honestly do, and I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of shit these days. You know, I still have to finish God of War Ragnarok. I have an enormous backlog, but that's my main one. Any predictions coming on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season finale? I mean, I've already seen the finale, so I can't really predict what's going to happen in it when I know what's going to happen in it. Oh my force, Oscar and Pedro are so freaking hot. They are quite the, especially if you get them in a video together or a film together, man. They are a dynamic duo. Recently rewatched Logan. That film is in my top 3 comic book films. So damn good. I wish I didn't take so long to watch that movie, but hey, I got a reaction on the channel for it. It definitely did not fail to live up to the hype. Did you this about my pinkies are small and slightly curved? I'm 23. I did not know this about you. I don't know what to do with that information, though. To be honest, if you were a terrible hero, but rich, you have good health insurance if you lose. See, it's all about the pros and cons. I gotta weigh them out. Give me money, that's all. That'll never run out, and I'll spend it like there's a way to actually fix Gotham. Never mind the multiple curses on the place. True. Just joined the Discord? Well, welcome, O'Reilly. Hello! Just passing through. Well, don't let the door hit you on the way out. What happened behind the scenes streams? Oh, yeah. Long story short, the actor that plays Will promotes genocide. Is the short of it all. So little to put that mildly. So the same reason and nothing's happened. The opposite of what happened with Melissa Barrera on her stance. Like, if you had her, like, reasonable, like, understandable, like, idea of how this all looks, and then there was that. Anyway, oh, it's working me up a little bit. Anyway. Yeah. Let's see. It sucks because Will was such a beloved character and wanted to see him be happy. That's the thing too, like, if you go through my reactions, it's like, I just need Will to be happy. I need Will to have someone. Protect Will at all costs. I'm kind of like, maybe just kill Will. I don't know. I don't. It's like I've gotta, in my mind, separate the character from the actor, because at the end of the day, that is the thing. Like, it's just like, I feel like in some ways, to me in my head, that, you know, sometimes the way that actors get shit for playing a character, like Joffrey's actor, like and, you know, people like Negan, like Jeffrey Dean Morgan, people who play villains or whatever, or play a character people don't agree with, like in Star Wars, you know, the shit that, you know, because of Rose Tico and all that kind of stuff, people just put all of that on the actor because of the character. Like, I'm trying in my mind to be like, I need to just shove that aside. Otherwise, it's going to be this big old cloud in my brain when I'm watching it. But I mean, at the end of the day, they are not the character, and the character is not them. It's one of the reasons where they're like, never meet your heroes, because it can be really, really rough. Generalizations are rarely a good practice. This is very, very true. What's my favorite episode of Drake and Josh? That's a hard one. One, because I don't remember the vast majority of them, but there are so many really good episodes, but I can't think of a one that just immediately stands out, you know? But I used to watch the shit out of that. If they remake Lady Hawk, will they keep the weird music that can't decide whether to can't decide between orchestral or synth? Love that movie, but man, it's hilarious. I'm gonna have to look into this thing, man. Who would win? Who would Oscar Isaac play in the DC universe? That's a good fucking question. Ooh, I mean, it might be because he literally was just Moon Knight, but my brain went to Azrael. Azrael would be fun. But other than that, if I want to try to go a little bit further, I don't know. I'd have to ponder that for a little bit. True summer star. I hope we get to see Anthony fight. Also, when him and Johnny go back and forth, it's funny. It is funny. It is very, very funny. Grey's Anatomy for me. Loved it at the start. Now I'm over it. See, it's sad when a show gets to that point with you. You know, if Penis Breath dies, his tombstone says, "Here, say rest in penis." Who will cry during the final season of Cobra Kai? Oh, I will definitely cry. That is pretty much guaranteed. You mentioned having seen The Princess Bride, but I can't recommend Gary Ellis' book about the production enough. It's a great read for any fan of the movie or book, and the cast even narrates the audiobook. Well, that's interesting. I mean, I have to look into it one of these days. You know, I watched it very late in life. You know, I was definitely in my mid to late 20s, I think, when I finally watched it for the first time. So I don't have, like, the nostalgia for it. Obviously, there's the memes, there's the loves, the iconic moments and stuff like that, and I do echo a lot of those because they are very much so, rightfully so, very iconic. But for me to do my normal thing, Carrie Ellis is also in the X-Files. For a few episodes. Feeling Miguel and Robbie need to both win. Somehow, I do think so, because Robbie's not gotten a single win yet. But we're building up to this. Miguel's kind of been the main character the entire show. It would be weird if he's not the one that wins the tournament at the end. A show either dies or ends early or too long and gets milked, unless you're lucky. I thought you were going to make a play on the whole "you live long enough to see yourself become a villain" line, and then you totally didn't go that way. Original Lay's, they're good with ketchup. Oh, that sounds disgusting to me, but I've never done that. I don't blame the Stargirl writers, but the ending ended too quickly. It's the thing, though. They had no control on that front. They did what they could with that. It was kind of outside of their control. Oh no, I seek out the good bad films. Trancers is peak, by the way. I'll have to take a look at that one. Overrated. Pizza. Underrated. French toast. I could understand pizza being overrated, but I have pizza multiple times a week, so I can't hop on that train. Personally. Summer like all types of pizza. What's up, Jordan? You're awesome. I'm okay. but I appreciate you. Overrated, bacon. Underrated, wraps. So versatile. I had a wrap today at the new honey, what was it? The honey barbecue chicken wrap from KFC. That was my lunch today. It was really good. It was really, really good. And then I got their spicy mac and cheese chicken wrap, and I don't know. In my brain, I thought it sounded better than it was, and it's just like a texture thing with me. When I bit into it, my brain did not like that combination of feelings. Bacon, I am always a sucker for bacon. When Kyler told Hawk, if you don't pass Trig, my dad's gonna shit in my mouth, I died of laughter, and I was like, what the fuck? Dude, well, the thing is, like, I know a lot of people really laughed about that a lot, but I mean, like, I used to say that kind of shit all the time. Like, especially in the old Xbox days, that like shit in your mouth, shit in my mouth, all that kind of thing. That was just like such a common thing to say. So I wasn't taken all that aback by that thing when he said that. Honestly, it is funny, but he's gonna shit in my mouth. I mean, that's a common turn of phrase back in my day. Very versatile. My bad. No need to apologize. I told my teacher if I was an actor, I would try to get into Stranger Things and be Will's boyfriend so he could be happy now. I don't want to do it anymore. No. We'll delve into complex issues. With difficult conflicts with no concern and haphazardly. That is the only way I could talk about that issue, but I think personally I could separate him while watching. See, that's what I'm. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, that's what I'm going to have to do. Because, I mean, there's obviously problematic actors all over the place. Because you never know until they spurt it out line or flaunt it like it's some kind of sexy thing to be doing. But, at the end of the day, yeah, people are going to do their thing, and you just kind of got to move on in some respects, or not let it cling into your soul. I mean, sometimes, man, there's been, like, not just with that specifically, but I mean, there's been actors in the past where I'm like, damn, that was awesome, and you just learned that one thing, and you're like, fuck. Well, shit. You know? Overrated. Carrots. Underrated. Buffalo wings. Fair. The Witch from Wizard of Oz was an insane example of actors who portrayed villains who got publicly mistreated for it. She even went on Mr. Rogers in an attempt to stop the hate. Wow, really? That sucks. Yeah, that shit's insane to me, man. Especially like when you get assaulted on the street just walking down because you played a villain. Like, that's happened to, what's his name? Jack Leeson? Like, the actor that played Joffrey. You know, he talked about being, like, accosted on the street for his role on Game of Thrones. Like, and same with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, like, you know, for playing Negan. You know, it's a little weird when you can't blur those lines blur between reality and fiction. You know, can I see John Cena? I'm special. I can't. Let's see. Super excited for Deadpool 3. I've never seen Princess Bride. It is on my list, though. I think you'll enjoy it. Let's see. Funny how Hawk and Tori are dating IRL. Are they? I did not know that. That's news to me. And I follow both of them. I did not see that. That's cool. That is interesting. Two-Face maybe, or Hal Jordan. Two-Face was one that came to mind as well, but I wanted to try to think a little more outside the box. Ellis's book really highlights how the film was made, but also the people that made it. It's brilliantly written, illuminates a lot of the inspirations behind the film, and one of the best audiobooks. Well, that's cool. Lady Hawk is old school. Hawk, Miguel, and Dimitri got the hot girls they wanted since episode 1. That they did. If studios would allow series to have proper ends, they'd get a bunch more rewatches out of those series after they end, in my opinion. that's very valid. You know, if the way a series is usually remembered is usually where it was when you left it, you know. A lot of the time. Sometimes you have some rare cases where they're not marred by the recent memory of what the show became. But you're right. If they really just could cut the cord, end it properly, not let it drag out, not, you know, run out of ideas and all that, and let things end when they feel like they should end, they could very much so capitalize that on its ending. Sales, licensing, resells, rewatches, all of that, you know. But I don't know. People are afraid to let the cash cows go. And at the end of the day, end up turning those things against them in the end. Superman and Lois' final season this year. I'm both looking forward to it and dreading it. Both me as well, on both counts there. Because Oscar can play split personalities and a hotshot pilot man. Pizza is so good, I swear. Was a Ninja Turtle in another... Oh, I swear I was a Ninja Turtle in another life. Hell yeah. Let's see. Brain fart for a second. I wonder what happens to Kyler in season 6, because he's never been good, so I wonder if he'll try to become good. Him and Kenny, I'm very curious to see what happens now. And what even happens now, because the Cobra Kai dojo's shut down. I mean, they've got no sensei right now, and Kreese is a fugitive. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? Trance is an insane series of B movies that take a lot of inspiration from Blade Runner, Terminator, and Die Hard with some zombie flick spice for flavor. It's gold served on a cheese platter. Well, that sounds interesting. Not exactly what you... No, I don't even know why my brain went to what that happened. My brain took a different leap towards a different series of B movies that I did enjoy. That actually had nothing to do with the movies you mentioned, but my brain immediately, for some reason, went to Samurai Cop. Did I see the 1-minute teaser for Arcane Season 2, set for a November release? Yes, we did know. We already knew that it was coming out this coming November. That was announced a while back. I did see the teaser. Since it wasn't a trailer, I didn't react to it, because I don't like reacting to, or really watching scenes that are shown out of context like that. But I watched it anyway. I did watch it because, I played the game, so I'm familiar with a lot of tertiary lore about it. And hey, that teaser confirmed one of my theories from season 1, and I'm excited. I know who that is hung up on that wall. I know who that is. So yeah, let's go. What's up, Jay Computer Expert? Welcome. There's a soap opera character in the UK called Janine who was not a nice person. People actually asked if I'm like her. See, there's shit like that too, and I'm sure like there was a lot of that with Janice from Friends and stuff like that. You know, it's not a name that's very common, and people will latch on to that and then throw it around. You know, and then the Karen situation. That's another one that is kind of blown off. You know, it's kind of crazy. I'm ready for season 4 of Superman and Lois. Is Blue Eye Samurai on your radar? I haven't seen it, but the art style is striking. It is on my radar. It's one of those shows that I'm going to check out once I can kind of get around to it. Is Blue Eye Samurai on the radar? I haven't seen it. But style is striking. It's interesting. These are like the same comments, but different wording. I am confused. Classic examples of actor getting villainized is William Atherton for both of Ghostbusters and Die Hard. Poor guy. Krabby Patties are so good. What's my favorite episode from each season of Mandalorian? That's a tough one. You know what, this shouldn't be too hard to answer. I just need to remember what's what. I think in season 1 it might be either the Reckoning or the Sin. Season 2 is probably the Believer. And season 3, that's a tough one. I don't know. Oh, what the hell am I talking about? Season 2, it's the finale. What am I on? I mean, The Believer is a really, really good standalone episode, but the fucking season finale of season 2 is not to be trifled with. I don't know, man. Season 3? Damn it, I'm not sure. Maybe the Foundling. It's either the Foundling or the Spies. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I have to come back to that one. Me too. I'm excited to see Superman and Lois return. Cobra Kai, Silver's return, break out of jail. I mean, honestly, he will probably, with his lawyers, be just let out. So, you know, he might still have charges, but he won't be held in prison. He would definitely be able to make bail based on the charges he's been put against. It's not like he's I don't know. I guess it is attempted murder or blackmail. I forget exactly what he was being arrested for, but I'm sure, like, with his money and his lawyers, he'll be able to at least not see a jail cell until an official hearing goes through. 2 years ago, YouTube Netflix posted a video called Cobra Kai Cast Sings No Mercy. And it's basically the character saying no mercy and turning it into music. I've not seen that. I'll have to look into that. Chucky Season 3 was a terrible show. Hey, I had fun with it, but again, it's the kind of Chucky that's not going to be for everybody. Do you think the sickness storyline of Superman and Lois was unnecessary? No. Do I say it was handled well? Brilliantly well. Award-winningly well, as it won awards. It was very, very amazingly done. I loved it. That's probably one of the saving graces of this third season for me, was that storyline. Honestly, Samurai Cop, some similar levels of cheese and camp as Trancers, but Trancers is much more well-made. It's a surprisingly pretty film. Interesting. I don't know. I have to look into it. I haven't heard anything about it. Can't wait for season 2 of Arcane. Me either. Aside from X-Files and The Flash, what's a TV show or movie that you love to rewatch when you need an escape? I'm doing a Lost rewatch at the moment. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, I love watching that. If I just kind of need like a little bit of a reprieve, a break, you know, X-Files is great. It can get a little dramatic. It can get a little emotionally hairy, and sometimes when I want to just kind of breathe and escape, maybe X-Files might not be the right show to go to at the moment. Or, you know, Breaking Bad I rewatch usually at least once or twice a year. And then, like, you know, That 70s Show is a great little comfort show. I'll go to That 70s Show. Friends used to be, but sometimes now I get sad watching Friends. Like, it just makes me sad. And I have some ideas as to why, but yeah. So, like, I don't know. Avatar: The Last Airbender and That 70s Show are two I do kind of revisit when I'm feeling a little down and out. Sometimes King of the Hill as well. But yeah, I think those are the main ones that come to mind. Hey, hell, sometimes the original Power Rangers, I'll go back and throw those on. Those are a good time, even still. Would you say The Marvels was a movie with some heartwarming moments? Oh yeah, it was a movie, and it did have some heartwarming moments. There was some decent moments in there. They were just a little few and far between. Damn it, Bobby. I thought Dimitri was annoying in season 1 and season 2. I love what they did with Dimitri though, but I'm right there with you. And I think he was supposed to be. He was supposed to be like that, but he definitely had his arc, and he's become a really cool, interesting character for me. He's definitely climbed the ranks. I forgot to mention Tuesday, December 19th. It was my birthday. Well, happy belated birthday. There's a film that's coming out March 8th, Love Lies Bleeding, with Kristen Stewart and Katie O'Brien, and Ed Harris is also in it. It's from A24. It's my most anticipated film of the year currently. I did see some stuff from that, and it looks interesting. I'll definitely try to check it out. I definitely had some times where I was put off by something someone says, and I avoid it, but that is a personal choice. J.K. Rowling comes to mind, and it's also off-putting, but burdening the watchers with the moral choice of participating is not helpful or even more ethical. I also agree with that. You know, I'm right there with you on it. It's just like, I don't know. It does muddy the waters, and that was definitely something that really kind of got to me as well, because like it just like especially when like it's something like that, you know, you grew up with it, it was such a pivotal thing to you, and you connect a lot of yourself with this thing. It helped you through so many hard times, too many moments, these things you connect with, and then it's like the source of that comes from where there's some darkness illuminated in the source of that thing, and then you struggle to find the divide of how do you relate with that thing now. It's an interesting and complex thing. It's not black and white as a lot of people try to make it out to be. So like there's a fine line. I don't feel like there's a right or wrong answer to any of these things. You know, everybody's just got to make their own personal choice, their personal how they wrestle with it personally, and commit to that. You know, everybody's going to handle something differently. Just like we mourn a loss, tackle a success, everybody's going to have a different approach to this sort of thing. It's just like, I don't know. It's not this magical. When something like that is affected, it's so much larger than even I feel like it's so much larger than even the person that created it at that point. You know, eventually the ownership, no matter what, is given to the people that are consuming it. I don't know. But at the end of the day, you can't separate the fact that said person also makes every dime and penny off of supporting said thing. It's muddy. The problems of a consumerist society that we live in, man, you know. But the thing is too, if you start to go down that road and whatever, and again, it's all choice, it's however you want to do it, but like, people still using X, you know, people are still using Twitter, people are still buying Apple, people are still getting their t-shirts from certain brands and stuff like that. It's just like, just do what you gotta do. Whatever you gotta do to feel content with whatever decision you need to make. At the end of the day, is the best you can do, man. Like, it's just too complicated. And I think it's interesting because, like, I've never seen it directly, but I did see this episode when Barry was watching it, but about The Good Place, about how difficult it is for humans to make educated moral decisions. You know? It's just kind of crazy. That's why I just, like, you know, you could just disagree or not agree and then move on if you can. And sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes it's just not that easy, depending on the situation. Obviously, there's degrees, there's shades in all aspects of that. So nobody's going to tell you, nobody can tell you what the right move is to make but yourself. What's my favorite B movie? Tremors. But I don't know. I feel like it's considered a B movie, but I also don't consider it a B movie. It's a little better made than a B movie. But I definitely feel like it would be in that vein. In the grand scheme of things, you know? Tremors 2, definitely, I feel like. But, like, classically bad movies, I mean, The Room is like a C movie, so I don't know. I don't know. Would you, if you consider Tremors, then it's definitely Tremors. It feels like an age since any movie trailer has set the internet on fire the way Star Wars trailers used to. Proper big events gets everyone buzzing across the globe. It very, very much so does. People are really riled up about the Arcane thing, which is awesome. Kind of sucks that Anthony and Kenny didn't get to continue their love triangle with that one girl. That I completely forgot about that. Hey, we'll see what happens there. I forgot about that storyline. What's up, Mitzi? Season 1 was great. Season 3 has been good, but Season 2, with Chucky, they kind of disrespected religion, in my opinion. I don't think they necessarily did. They definitely took their shots at the Catholic Church. That's for sure. That's a personal decision by Mancini because of his own personal connections with Catholicism. So it's all personally connected to the creator. But I don't think it, like anything else, I don't think it was this blanketing damning of religion, you know. Just, you know, as there are, shit happens. Have you ever watched Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh? I'm sure I have. I don't remember it, though. January is the worst month of the year. I'm broke as fuck. Well, hopefully you won't be for too much longer. Never said whether Lois was fully cured, right? I mean, she was in remission, right? She had her tumor removed, I believe. She had her mastectomy. She was cleared of it. I mean, as far as I know, she's physically cured. You know, you're still never completely out of the water, but she's I think clear of her tumors, from what I remember. Curious to see what the ending scene of Cobra Kai will be. Me as well. We'll see. It's crazy how well Atla still holds up multiple rewatches. Brilliant series. Very nervous for the live action series. Me as well. I still can't wait to watch it though. Yeah, I'm still gonna try my best, and I'm gonna try my best to give it its fair shake, its fair swing. But we'll see what happens. Friends is my comfort show and just a show that I love. It's my second favorite show of all time, but like the older I get, the more sad sometimes watching it is starting to make me. I've never seen Breaking Bad, but I've heard that I had to see Better Call Saul first, and I'm only on season 3 of it. Whoever told you to watch Better Call Saul first needs to be slapped. That is dumb as hell. You're gonna be a little confused in some parts. I mean, not all of it. I mean, some of it's gonna straight up spoil Breaking Bad. You're supposed to watch Breaking Bad first. You know, God. Oh, I'm sorry. You're not too far hurt. Better Call Saul, I think, works best after Breaking Bad. I don't think you need to watch one or the other. They can stand on their own foot very, very well, but if you're watching that to get to that, it's, to me, that's like watching the prequel trilogy of Star Wars before watching the original trilogy. I can't wait for season 3 of What If. I'm excited for it too because seasons 1 and 2 were both written at the same time, so I think in season 3 we'll finally get to see a more variety, a larger variety of characters than we had before. Am I gonna watch the new Seth MacFarlane show, Ted? No. I watched the movie, the first one. There was a second one, I think, right? I never watched it. I watched the first one. It was cute. It was fine. I have zero interest on a prequel trilogy about it, or trilogy series. I like how in Cobra Kai each season different people felt like main characters. Season 1, Johnny. Season 2, Miguel. Season 3, Robbie. Miguel, season 4, Robbie, season 5, everybody. There's a couple times where I do feel like it shifted a little bit to Daniel too at times. But everybody's got their strong little connections, you know. Aside from Deadpool 3, any plans on what upcoming movies you want to see this year? Dune 2. Again, here I am blanking on what movies come out this coming year. Ghostbusters, I'm definitely going to be seeing that new one, the new Ghostbusters. Dune Part 2. Joker 2. I need to watch the last Planet of the Apes movie so I can watch the new one, because I am behind by one movie on that, and then obviously Deadpool 3, but those are the ones that are immediately coming to mind. People say Friends was never funny, and I don't know how they can say that, especially with Joe Pesci. The Iron Claw was good, but didn't make me cry. I still haven't seen it. I might, at this point, wait for it to come out and react to it, maybe. Oh, another super chat. I'm sorry I didn't see this one pop up, Scott. Main problems with the sequel trilogy is the total disrespect and bastardization of the original characters and not having a planned story. People will make the argument that even the original trilogy wasn't planned. While that is true, there was a single vision at its core. It was one person's vision guiding that line. And while there wasn't a plan, if it had at least had a vision, an idea of what they wanted to do or how this needed to flow, maybe that would have worked regardless. They didn't have any of it. And I know a lot of people feel differently about the way people were depicted and handled and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into the weeds of it. I'm not going to just get all down into it. You guys know how I feel about it. I didn't enjoy the sequel trilogy. I'm done just kind of rehashing that conversation. But yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully what comes next will be better. Nick Offerman won an Emmy for his role on The Last of Us yesterday. I saw that. The Last of Us won a bunch of awards. Have I seen any of the Asylum movies? I have seen some, but I could not tell you which ones I've seen. I'm kind of dreading Lake Placid. That's a B movie. I'll give you Lake Placid. I like Lake Placid. Kind of dreading Friday coming. It would be 3 years since my mom died. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Ginger. I know we talked about it a little bit in the Discord, or I saw that you posted about it. But yeah, I can't imagine that, And we're here for you. If we can help give you a little bit of a reprieve or escape at any point, I'll do what I can. Devin threw the Bible and ripped it. I mean, it's what the Bible represents, especially in that context, It condemns, it promotes hate in a lot of ways in these people. Honestly, it is what it is, man. It's wholly within his rights to be mad about that shit. So it is what it is. Sending you love and support, Ginger. Likewise. Chucky TV series sounds like Chucky's cousin? Huh? I'm not sure what you mean by that one. I forgot you had your stream today at 4. Hey, all good, Dion. All good, Dion. It was a last minute thing because I forgot about this collab thing I was going to do yesterday. So, again, like before, rather than cancel it, we just decided to move it. Horror films aren't as scary when you're grown up. So what's the scariest film you watched as a kid growing up? As a kid, the movie that I think made me shit myself the most was probably The Grudge. In hindsight, maybe not so much, but like when I was younger, that messed me up. I watched all the Halloweens, I've seen all, like the Friday the 13th, I've seen the Nightmare on Elm Streets, all that kind of stuff. I've seen all the classical stuff. That's what I grew up on. But The Grudge, there was just something about that fucking demon chick that just really unnerved the absolute shit out of me. Mine was the old Salem's Lot. Rip David's soul. I've never seen it. I've never seen Salem's Lot. Apparently the final season of Stranger Things and Cobra Kai have begun filming. They have indeed. The Poltergeist, the original one. Even now, it scares me. I don't know if I can't remember if I've seen the original. I know about it. I know the gist of it. I've seen the remake. I don't know if I've seen the original one. The Room has some really memorable lines. It's so stupid. It's funny. It's one of the best so bad it's good movies. Yes, it is. Johnny doesn't drink. God, there's so many, man. Omni equals W YouTuber. I try. There was also The Amazing Bulk, which was a ripoff of The Incredible Hulk. Have you heard of it? I mean, yeah, I've heard of The Amazing Bulk. Yes. I actually referenced it in What If this season. Can't wait for John Wick 5, or is that still happening? It's still kind of up in the air. Oh no, so should I continue with Better Call Saul or start watching Breaking Bad? I was kind of worried after I said that I was going to like cause like a conflict of interest here. I mean, honestly, you're in season 3. You haven't gotten too far. Because there's going to be some things that come up in the next couple of seasons that would be better informed by having a relationship with these characters before. Particularly in the final season specifically. I can think of a couple of scenes that I think out of context might not even make too much sense. Because at this point, the black and white scenes that you're watching, when we see those black and white scenes in Better Call Saul, those are scenes that have happened after Breaking Bad. So we're getting flashbacks to Better Call Saul while jumping through the present day with the after effects of Breaking Bad. So I do think you should probably watch Breaking Bad first. It's not a hard watch. It's 5 seasons. I mean, the seasons are just as long, if not, but I would definitely recommend, at least before you get to the final season, or even the final, at least before you get to season 5, I think you should watch Breaking Bad. Why do you think so many people are upset about Peggy's increased screen time in What If? I think she works well as a multiversal through line, like Rogers in the Avengers, and the audience surrogate. Because powerful woman. I don't know. That's all I can see. I have not seen a valid argument about it. She just needs to be allowed time to develop. She hasn't had 10 films in a show, just a few brief episodes. Exactly. What's up? I like the purple lights. You know, I figured I would finally go with the whole synthwave vibe we've got going on. But like changing it up a little bit. Johnny and Daniel's fight for the dojo was hilarious, especially with Johnny not understanding how cameras work on the phone. Johnny and technology is a running joke that I will never get tired of. I kind of want a 9th season of Arrow. I'm not sure what that would even look like right now. I would always be down for more Arrow, man, but maybe as like a mini revival season or something. Excited for Avatar 3 through 7. Crazy how they have worked on all of them already. Yeah, that blows my mind. But even though I enjoyed the second Avatar more than the first, I still can't say I'm excited for any of them. I wonder if that will be another season, if there will be another season of Ahsoka. It's in talks. It is in talks, at least. Somehow, Palpatine returned. Hey, it's a goofy line in the grand scheme of things, but I do have to say and give it the benefit of the doubt, because in the scene, they don't know how he returned. They just know he's back, and he's just like, all they know is somehow he's back. Nobody knows how. They just know for whatever reason he's back and running around. So like in context, in universe, the line isn't as bad as it's made out to be, but it is what it is. What would Will Smith's documentary be called? Would it call a slap in the face? Probably not. It would probably be called Fresh Prince or some shit like that. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, how was your day and what did you do for Christmas and New Year's? Christmas, went to hang out with the family, had dinner. That was pretty much the gist of it. Exchanged little presents and stuff like that, but continued the grind here. In Christmas break, I didn't really get much of a break. I got a day off from my day job, but I still had a bunch of YouTube stuff I had to do, though. For New Year's, I did have nothing to do Sunday, nothing to do Monday, and that was nice. That was nice. I'm going to need Chucky series to hurry up and come back. Yeah, we still don't have a date. They just started filming like a month ago, last month. They had to pause everything, so they still need to finish filming and post-production on the final couple episodes. I know you like the new season of What If, but I think it could have benefited from more characters being introduced than that last clip of the tree from Loki just left me wanting more. Like I said, this entire season was written during the pandemic, at the start of the pandemic. It was written at the same time as What If Season 1. So this season was written 2 years ago. So before a lot of these characters had their debuts. So this season was already in the can, already planned out before a lot of the characters we've met in the last couple of years even had an idea what to go in. I imagine that Yggdrasil shot at the end was just thrown in last minute to connect it all in now that they've caught up. Because season 3 moving forward, I imagine will all be in line with stuff we've seen. So we'll see what happens. So we just gotta kind of keep our eye open moving forward. I vote for The Slappening, the Will Smith story by M. Night Shyamalan. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Here's a joke. What lights up a soccer stadium? A soccer match. What's up, Silverhand? Are you continuing the Ocean movie? So, something that I was kind of like flirting with the idea of is because I wanted to do more just movie reactions on my own too. Community voted, but also do some like what I did with like Rocky and stuff like that. And one of the things that came to mind was we've had a few poll winners that have sequels that I have not watched the sequels to and have not even been on the polls, haven't been added or suggested for the polls, and aren't going to win on the polls. So I was thinking about going through and continuing the franchises that we had started, or the film series that we have already started that have previously won polls as a place to start. So the Ocean movies would fall in that line. That also includes Die Hard, the Maze Runner films, Happy Death Day 2. There's a couple of others, that have sequels that I haven't checked out. So that's kind of maybe what I was thinking about doing next, but we'll see what happens. I just got to figure that out. I never did watch the sequel to Don't Breathe. I never did either, and I really don't have an interest in it. Finally saw season 1 for All Mankind, and man, it is good. Hell yeah. Hope this year is really good for you, Omni. Well, thank you, Silverhand. I hope it's good for everybody here. As a teen in the 1980s, the thing that messed me up the most was The Threads, British TV miniseries set in the UK city after a nuclear strike. We saw the US movie the day after, and it was relatively tame. I've never heard of Threads. Might be something to look into. I have a feeling 2024 is going to be wild because the year already started with aliens being spotted at some mall in Miami. I mean, yeah, the prank. I've never seen Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. You're missing out. You're missing out. I will say it. It's definitely one of my top 10 shows of all time. But as far as live action goes, I will continue to say I think Breaking Bad is the closest a TV show can get to being absolutely perfect in almost all fronts. It is a masterpiece. And our boy Vince Gilligan came from X-Files. That's where he got his cut his teeth, so he says. And Breaking Bad, he even says, would not be what it is today if it wasn't for his time on X-Files. Hell, Bryan Cranston wouldn't be Walter White if it wasn't for X-Files. We will see Robbie do the classic kick in the final season. Quite possibly. Somebody will probably do it. I want my boy Miguel to be happy. Likewise. Good shout out to Salem's Lot, and rest in peace, David Soul. Love Captain Carter. I want her shield. I saw like a full-size one at Target last time I was there. It looked badass. I debated on getting it, but I don't really have anywhere to put this shit at this point. There will be a Dave Filoni movie that ties up all the events of the live-action shows, minus Kenobi and Andor, obviously, and I can't wait to see how good it is. Now, it's not going to wrap everything up. It's going to conclude the storylines that have been finished so far. They, as far as they've said, The Mandalorian doesn't have an end in sight. Doesn't mean that's the truth, but we'll see. But there is a main through line that has been going on for a while now that this movie is going to wrap up. Not gonna lie, I thought it was to match the shirt. Nah. No. Not quite. I just felt very synthy today. Should I watch Captain Carter show? I was like thinking about that at this point too, because like I know like it intertwines, I think, with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at some point. I believe, I don't know. So I feel like I'm a little conflicted on how to approach that right now. Have you tried Johnny's bottle cap trick yet? Honestly, I don't remember the trick. Thanks for rolling. Other Sam's Law was great, and looking forward to seeing the remake now that it's been bought by HBO. Oh yeah, I forgot that they're doing that. Looking forward to True Detective Season 4, The Old Man Season 2, Severance Season 2. We did get a Severance little tease from Apple TV this week, but they did say it's a long way away from being ready, though. So it's probably not coming out this year. Gladiator 2, Dune Part 2, not sure if we will see Andor Season 2 this year. Andor Season 2, I think they confirmed is going to be 2025. Wonder how many times Johnny will drop the new baby. Hopefully not too many. I heard somewhere that Rey will have Kylo 10 Force baby or something. I know it sounds crazy. That will not happen. I almost 1000% can tell you that will not happen with these people that are making this film. They won't let that happen. There's no way that'll happen. That happens, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. Have I read Will Smith's book? It's really good. I recommend it if you haven't watched it. I assume you mean read it, but I know what you mean. But yeah, no, I'm hardly a book guy. Sorry for the grind is so brutal. Hope it gets lighter soon. Hey, if the grind's not real, the growth will slow down to a simmer. So it's a trade-off. But I do like these little reprieves. No, I'm not rushing to fill up our little gaps right now. So, but we do have Echo dropping all of its episodes in 2 days, so that's gonna be fucking awful. On the workload, not the show, not my anticipation, because I'm really looking forward to it, but it's gonna be a lot of work this week. Oh my god, imagine if Johnny and Karma names the baby Miyagi or Pat or Patty. Will you cry? I don't know why they would. Why would I just don't know why they would name it that. I'd be like, huh. I don't know if that would make me emotional or not. It'd probably just make me go, eh. Unless they really worked it up. I don't know. It'd be really interesting to see how they explain that. Wonder why we never got a sequel to Arrival. I don't know why we would have. It kind of wrapped itself up. South Park, Simpsons, Family Guy. Rank them. South Park, Simpsons, Family Guy. There you go. It's crazy that What If, an animated show, might be one of MCU properties that was most affected by the pandemic. I mean, noticeably, maybe not. I mean, perceptually, I don't think so. I think some of the TV shows are more noticeably affected by it. You know, with the change up of storylines, the cutting of stuff, the things that didn't work, the storylines that had to be dropped. I don't know. I feel like that might be Falcon and the Winter Soldier, to be honest, but What If, I don't, if you didn't know, I don't think you would know. I'm gonna go hug my boy. Love to you all. Give him that love and take heart. Be strong. We got you. It's never easy. Here's a better joke. Do sprinters eat before they race? Nothing. They fast. Jesus. Did you see the new set photos of Joker Fully Ado that Todd Phillips released on Christmas? I did. Bro, I ain't ready for the final episode of Monarch, especially what happened at the end of last episode. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I did not expect us to go this route. The Simpsons scare me. If they have a character named Brody die in 2030, I'm gonna hide in a room with food. They will predict everything. Maze Runner sequels are both so good. Both movies fall into a genre that I absolutely love. The first one was really good. The second one is incredibly amazing. The third is really good. We'll see what happens if we get to them. Can't wait for Spider-Man 4. Still have no idea when that's coming. That's probably 2025, 2026, probably, the way things are looking right now. Just curious, do you like having long hair? Or do you just feel like not getting a haircut? I like having long hair, but also it does at times get a little annoying. So sometimes I do just need to chop it off. It's a good mix of I do like long hair and I'm also lazy. The Society of Snow has revived my appreciation of an earlier J.A. Biona film called The Impossible. Have I seen it? No, I have not heard of that one at all. It's one of those films that chews you up and leaves you shaken. Definitely have not heard. I haven't heard of it at all. Have I watched or will watch Netflix's Narcos? I've watched the first 2 seasons. Need to watch the 3rd at some point. I want to. I've heard good things about it. I love the people that are in it. That's one of the things that kind of popped it up on my radar initially was that. But I do want to see. I do want to see what. I do want to watch it one of these days. No one can pay me millions to watch that Saltburn movie. Like many things, man, I just don't have the time to watch all these movies or the energy right now, especially after the holiday and wanting to just relax for a moment. Now I'm just kind of trying to get my motivation back. Top 3 most anticipated movie this year: Deadpool 3, Dune 2, Godzilla X Kong. Pedro is amazing, and so is Boyd. And oh my God, Pedro, I've got to stop thinking or thirsting. Boyd Holbrook is in it, right? I think. I can't wait for Madam Web because I know it's going to be so bad, it's entertaining. Honestly, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And Craven looks interesting. Craven is the one that looks so bad it's going to be entertaining to me. Honestly, Madam Web looks like it's trying to be a movie. Craven looks fucking weird as fuck, so I don't know. I feel like no one wants to see Taylor Swift in Deadpool 3 but me. I mean, I don't care. It makes sense. I don't give a shit. I honestly don't see why people are. I know some people are hung up on it and they don't want her in there, which I don't get. I mean, just fuck it. Who cares? If it makes sense, it makes sense. They're not gonna like sabotage their own movie willfully. I don't think Ryan Reynolds would. Maybe Johnny would name it in honor of Mr. Miyagi to show Daniel how much the friendship means to him. I don't know. Maybe. Again, they could work it into the script. They could probably make it work. But just like off the cuff, it'd be weird to me. It sounds weird to me. I only see Taylor Swift in Deadpool 3, but I want to watch her in anything because I love her. It's really strange that they're dropping Echo in one go. The platform is typically strung out shows to keep viewers subscribed. I wonder what prompted Marvel to change the MO. I honestly think it's the rating. I think it's only 5 episodes, and I think it's the TVMA rating. It's their first TVMA property they're putting out. I think that has a big part to play with it. But who knows? Who knows? Crazy how Sam is 5 years older than Miguel IRL. Believe it or not, she's 27. Yep. That she is. M. Carter's shield would look great in my room as a Brit myself. Oh yeah. I feel like I'm in love with Taylor Swift, even though she doesn't know I exist. And stop thirsting over her. Jesus Christ, Dion. You thirst over so many people. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel lazy. Oh no, you're fine. You're totally fine. The long hair looks really good on you. Well, thank you. I just my head as I've gotten older, it just gets rounder. So like when I have short hair, I just feel like my head shape is a little weird. I think What If was able to maintain its consistency because it was animated. I'm not saying it was the most effective, but from everything I've heard, the production was absolutely hectic. Really? See, I didn't know about that tidbit. Yeah, I mean, it came out pretty fine. I feel like I'm gonna get roasted by saying this, but I really enjoy Wonder Woman 2. I mean, I had fun, but it was mostly at the movie's expense. Like, I had a good time watching the movie, but the movie was just goofy as fuck to me. What's up, KN? Hope your new year is going great so far. I hope yours is as well. Welcome to the new year, 2024. Welcome to the stream. You know, everything's been pretty solid. Everything's been good. Yeah, nothing too crazy just yet. So crossing our fingers. We're only 7 days into the new year. Let's hope it doesn't just fucking go buck wild here in the next, well, rest of the year. Join Wonder Woman 84 too. We are rare. Do you want any New Year's resolution? Well, like I mentioned earlier, I want to finish more video games. I wonder why I haven't heard anything else about Final Destination 6 now the strikes are over. I had no idea that they were even making another one. Again, fun fact, Final Destination originated as a scrapped X-Files episode. It was written by 2 of the writers of the X-Files. The episode didn't get made for the show, so they sold the script and it got turned into the first movie. Anybody you're doing an impression of? Anybody you are good at doing an impression of? I used to be able to do a good Pee Wee Herman. I don't think I can get into that space anymore. Stitch I used to be able to do, but I just my throat after like this acid reflux issue I've had that's just been getting worse and worse every year. My throat's just always way too raw to do half of that. So like I don't know if I can even do any of them anymore. Have I seen the Purge movies? Actually no. I've seen a full breakdown of the original, like a movie review of the entire film from beginning to end, but I don't think I've never sat down and watched firsthand any of them. I don't think. I can do a good Trump, Ric Flair, and Kermit impression. Nice. Kind of want to see a sequel to Real Steel. I've still never. Again, and this is another situation. I haven't seen Real Steel for myself, but I did watch Bad Medicine's reaction to it, like a few months ago, which doesn't bode well for if that ever wins like a poll or anything like that, but I'll probably forget 90% of it anyway before then anyway. Impossible was Tom Holland's big movie debut at 14, one of the best child performances of all time. Obi-Wan is in it too. Have to look into that. Hope Echo does well so we get more TVMA shows. Personally, if all 5 episodes are only 30 minutes long, I don't see why it couldn't be a movie. Well, I mean, they'll probably be a range, 30 to 40, like any of them. Maybe even 50. I don't know. Who knows, who knows, who knows? But you make a pretty valid point. What's up, nerdy? Let's go. Will you be checking out Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Donald Glover? Is this like a remake? A reboot? If it is, I haven't heard about it. I might give it a go. I did like the Angelina and Brad Pitt one. Have we seen this new Avengers team? No, we have not yet. Not yet. I feel dumb. The wind is so crazy outside that I heard a noise and looked outside to see if my mom was home. Nobody was there. Ooh, it was just the wind. Or was it spooky ghosts outside your window? Imagine if the Echo movie was the theatrical debut of Vincent's Kingpin and Charlie's Daredevil. I mean, that could have been pretty... I mean, that theoretically could have been pretty interesting, but I don't know. With the way things have been, I'm not sure if that would be the bestest of fronts. I understand with people's apprehensions on Echo and maybe even their uncertainties, that putting it all out at once limits people's ability to bitch about it for 5 weeks. Like, it was like, oh, where's this up? Oh, where's this alliteration? Where's this setup? Where's the end? Where's this stuff? Because people have zero patience for anything. Like, we'll snap judge something, like, immediately before we even know what's going on. So, like, maybe this is also their way. It was like, okay, everybody can just watch it, get to the end, and judge for themselves what's going on, and then we don't have to hear about it for an eternity. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I can do a few Pokemon impressions. Nice, nice, nice. I'm tired. Bye-bye. We'll see you, O'Reilly. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I need a Detective Pikachu sequel. I thought they were supposed to be making one, but they just stopped. Like, nothing's happened about it. No, they haven't talked about it at all in forever. If you do watch Impossible, you'll need tissues. Greg from Real Rejects got so emotional. Oof. Well, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. It will be a TV show created by Donald Glover, and it will be them as spies that are pretending to be married. Mrs. Smith is a remake as a series, but the couple seems to know they're both spies already. Not sure if I like that. So it's like a reinvention of that concept. Interesting. I'm out to Omni. I wonder the rest of your day, and I'll see you whenever. I'll take it easy, Dion. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. The trailer for Mr. and Mrs. Smith was surprisingly encouraging. I'm still scared after one episode of True Lies spin-off series. There's a trailer for the show already? It'll be on Prime Video. Okay. When it's windy here, it flips the letterbox every time. It's annoying. Oh, that's frustrating. I do a good Chewbacca impression. Nice. That's one I always find impressive. I don't know if you've been asked this already, but are you looking forward to Echo? I am. I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm excited. I'm excited for Charlie. I'm excited for Vincent. And I'm hoping that the whole change and drop and all this other stuff isn't like indicative of like quality. But I from what I've seen with the trailers, all the stuff, I'm looking forward to it. I can say I'm looking forward to it. Are you planning on dropping the Echo reactions daily? That's the plan. We'll see what happens. I think it comes out next week. The trailer or the show? If you were to be in any movie or series that you have ever watched, what would it be, and what character would you be? I don't know, man. That's a tough one. There was a point, and I think even at the time I was still too old, though I think I could have passed for the role. Was when they were casting for William for the final revival series of X-Files. I would have loved to have done that, even though I absolutely hate what they did with the character. Other than that, I don't know. I'd love to be in Star Wars. Just cast me as random Jedi or something like that. That would be fucking awesome. Hell, throw me in another flashback of Order 66 and just have me get shot to death. Scared PTSD, not sacred. Oh, scarred, not scared. Gotcha. My bad. Ever watched Merry Little Batman? It was a canceled HBO animated movie that got picked up by Amazon. Such a weirdly interesting art style and an adorable plot, but nobody's talking about it. I saw the trailer for it. It didn't do anything for me. I had zero interest in watching it. And yeah, likewise, I was like, well, like anything, if I'm not feeling it, who knows? Maybe word of mouth sometimes can turn me around on things. And I have not heard anybody talk about it, so that has not been the case right now. It's been nice to listen as always. Gotta run for now. Well, thanks for hanging out, Brain of Jen. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday, and hopefully we'll see you next weekend. I'd love to bring Patrick Stewart to play the Master in a 4-part Doctor Who screenplay I wrote. He turns up in the 1940s to revive the Master. Yup. Okay, interesting. That could be fun. Patrick Stewart as the Master. Like a younger Patrick Stewart or like current Patrick Stewart? I don't think it really matters all too much, but I mean, it would be fun. I'd like to see more stuff like that, you know, maybe like them do more little adventures in different pockets of Doctor Who's history. Batman animated series, the later episodes, I hate the new design of the Joker. He looks weird. Hope I know what you mean. He does look weird. I think a lot of the designs in the later episodes of Batman the animated series, just in general, look a little weird. It happens in Volume 4. Yeah, if I remember the one you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one. I don't even know why they did that. Whoops. Can you see your channel ever hitting 1 million subs? Maybe in 1,000 years. But nah. Nah. I very much so doubt it. If I make it to 100,000, I'll be happy. Did I ever see the new trailer for Beverly Hills Cops 4? Well, I've never seen a single Beverly Hills Cops movie, so I did not watch that trailer. Mark Hamill is great, though. Well, hell yeah. He's always great. He is always great. Sorry, it comes out February 7th, the Mr. and Mrs. Smith show. It would be X-Files, and you would be the Mothman. Hey, they never did a Mothman episode. They mentioned the Mothman once or twice, but they never, oddly enough, weirdly enough, had never done a Mothman episode. Mildly perturbed about that. I haven't seen any of the animated Marvel films. Doctor Strange, Next Avengers, Planet Hulk, etc. are all really good. I've seen a few. I've seen like Hulk versus Wolverine. I've seen Planet Hulk. I saw one of the Doctor Strange movies. I don't remember which ones. They're all right. I just feel like the animated films and stuff just never held a candle to the DC stuff in my head, and it might be a huge part of that could be because the live action versions of a lot of the Marvel characters are the only versions of these characters I actually can stand to watch. I struggle to watch or see anything with them in other mediums. Even the comics, I do not like 90% of even the comic book iterations of some of these characters. Like the MCU version or the Netflix version, whatever, are the peak versions of all of the characters that I've come to know, save for Spider-Man and the X-Men. The X-Men and Spider-Man are the only Marvel characters that I've appreciated both on the page, off the page, and other mediums. Despite on how they've been handled in different ways, but they're the exceptions in some way, shape, or form. But I mean, hell, I think the PS4 Spider-Man, that Peter Parker is probably my favorite Peter Parker, but it's a toss-up. I am excited for 97 though, whenever that comes out. They changed a lot of the villains mainly. Scarecrow looks cool, but weird. See, I don't remember a lot about Season 4. O'Donnell or Reacher looks like the love child of Mark Hamill and Sebastian Stan. See, I thought he looked like, he looks like Brad Pitt mixed with, Sam Rockwell. To me. He definitely has like a knockoff Brad Pitt vibe. Like if you're looking at Brad Pitt from like the Ocean's 11 era, that's kind of the vibe that guy gives me. Current. What was that in reference to? Right. Current Patrick Stewart. Gotcha. Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, let's go for it, man. Gotta go sleep. It is, 50 after. Over there. What, midnight, right? About to be 1. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, no, get some sleep. Thanks for stopping in. No need to have stayed up this late, but I appreciate it. But take it easy, and we'll see you next time. DCU AU is definitely peak. For the new X-Men 97 series coming, am I going to have to watch/rewatch the series? I'm going to attempt to rewatch the animated series since it's supposed to be a continuation, and I have not seen the show since I was a child, so I definitely am going to need a refresher. I mean, it can't hurt. It can't hurt. That's for sure. The next Avengers might work for you. It's kind of the old man Logan for the Avengers, but from the perspective of the next generation. Not nearly as gritty, though. I mean, I might check it out. Maybe. Oh my god, I just noticed your shirt. I like this shirt. I don't wear it too much, but I do quite like this shirt. You should watch Avengers Earth Mightiest series. Avengers Assemble series and Ultimate Spider-Man is fantastic. Isn't the one is like the Spectacular Spider-Man? That's the one everybody always wants me to watch. But Earth's Mightiest Heroes, I've heard good things about that. Brad Pitt and Sam Rockwell. Yeah, I can definitely see them in O'Donnell. Hell yeah. I see the X-Files poster back there. How do you feel about the remake happening soon? Well, it hasn't been confirmed if it's a remake, reboot, or in continuity or whatever. All we know is it's a new series. All I'll say is I will not be happy. I will not be thrilled if it is a remake or reboot. Soft reboot would be fine. New generation, new people discovering the X-Files. You know, Mulder and Scully and all their work in the past exists. We're not following them. That's fine. Same universe, same continuity, but not fucking with anything that happened before. I'd totally be fine with that. If we get like a new Mulder, a new Scully, or a world where Mulder and Scully just never existed, that's how you're not going to make me happy. Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes will always be peak versions of all of its characters. That show has no right for being that good. Wolverine and the X-Men is amazing too. I had to go take a phone call and get back just in time for you to catch up to the chat. That you did. Enjoy the rest of your day, Omni. Enjoy the stream. See you next time. Well, thank you, Ginger, as always. Hope you have a great rest of your day as well. Yeah, we have caught up to the chat, and we're just in time, too. We got about 4 minutes left, so to speak. We'll kind of linger here a little bit, like it's sneak in some last-minute conversation pieces. Earth's Mightiest Heroes also low-key shows how badly the MCU handled some major storylines and characters. Hey, maybe I'll have to check it out one of these days. Not looking forward to the X-Files reboot, but only because the real world has enough damaging conspiracy theories right now as it is. That's actually that's kind of one of the main reasons the series got shut down by Fox in season 9 was because of the state of the nation when 9/11 happened. You know, the show, the whole idea is questioning the government, questioning these ideas, the system, what's going on, you know, obviously the governmental conspiracies. And Fox wasn't thrilled about putting that show out there, or what the show was ending. They were going to put out the movies because the plan was to end the show and then conclude the series with a trilogy of films. The films got put in development hell for so long that they ended up having to scrap the whole idea they were originally going to do because Fox didn't want to move forward by putting out this product that was kind of by design meant to kind of divide people around that time. So I definitely get it. It was just it's just an unfortunate turn of events that came out of that tragedy, you know, but it just totally, it makes sense. It just sucks in the grand scheme of things. And I don't know, I feel like right now the X-Files is also a great vehicle for a lot of what is going on right now. And maybe not even the conspiratorial aspect of it, but just like the kind of socio-political way you can use the X-Files and the unexplained to kind of tackle in on stuff. You know, I do think some of the elements of that the Revival series did, I thought they handled it pretty well with like the deception, with the propaganda and stuff like that, with the talk show host that Joel McHale played. They did some interesting stuff with that, even though I still think they fucked up the lore. God damn it. Oh my god, that still pisses me off. But likewise, we've never been more divided than we are right now. And who knows, X-Files would just poke the bear. And hey, Ryan Coogler's gonna come in, he's gonna poke the bear. I'm totally fine about that, but when you're attaching the X-Files name on it, I just hope it's handled with respect to what came before, because that's what irritates me the most, is when somebody comes in, scoops up a beloved IP, and doesn't respect what came before, or discards what came before. You know, that's what irritates the crap out of me. So I hope that doesn't happen. But Chris Carter's on. Well, say what you want. Chris Carter's has talked to them, has talked to Ryan about it. They've had other exchanges. Obviously, he's okay with the idea of what's happening, but he also is the reason seasons 10 and 11 happened. So fuck off. We'll see what happens. We do have a post-season 11 book that is coming out from Claudia Gray, Star Wars writer Claudia Gray. So I can't wait to see what that's about. Looking forward to that. Did I ever see The Old Guard? I do. Have a reaction to it on the Patreon. I never made a highlights for it, but I do have a watch along on Patreon for it. All right. See you later, KN. Take care. It is everybody's Sunday evening. Totally okay. We're wrapping up. I agree. Hope it's a continuation somehow. Final thought. Earth's Mightiest Heroes has a Kang storyline that was so good. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I'll have to check it out. Maybe I'll check it out. What's up, Ninjaro? We are just heading out. Oh, man. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a solid new year. Heading out, going to the doctor's appointment. It's 9 a.m. for me. Hope you have a good night and an amazing day. Take it easy, Silverhand. Thank you as well. Have I watched the Rookie TV show? I am not. I'm not exactly sure what that one is. I think that's like the Rookie Cop show, I think, with Nathan Fillion, maybe? I don't know. But yeah. No, I have not seen it. Ever seen Starship Troopers? I've seen the first 2 and the cartoon. I don't think I saw any of the ones that came after that, though. I saw the first one in theaters. Just started The Fallen Star by Claudia Gray. Hell yeah. Have an amazing new year so far. Life has been real busy. Well, hopefully it gives you some time to sit back and enjoy at least. But here's to a new year, guys. Thanks for everybody who was stopping in today. And we'll catch you guys next Saturday. Take care, everybody.